Good afternoon, Westwood, and welcome to the Canton Ice House for MIAA Round of 32 action. Westwood Wolverines, your number 1 seed. They are home today taking on the 32 seed in the Walpole Timberwolves, joined by Elliot Pichardo and Evan Cardomino on headset. I am Morgan Donahue, folks. We are delighted to bring you MIAA Playoff Girls Hockey tonight. Evan, we've been covering girls hockey from before the season with the podcast, and here we are. First round game. What are you most excited about in this Westwood Girls Hockey team for their first playoff game of the year?
Well, Morgan, the season really starts right now tonight here at the Canton Ice House. Westwood Girls, number 1 team ranked in Division II in the state of Massachusetts, but all of that is past us. Tonight, Westwood needs to look to go 1-0 in this game and move on to the next round and continue to make their run here deep in the playoffs. And this is a really strong Westwood team. We've had a great season of covering them. But I look to see them come out fired up. It's been a while since we had a hockey game.
It has.
It's been predominantly basketball these last couple weeks here, but looking forward to it. I think Westwood's going to come out with an energy, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a rematch.
This is. So the first game was that December 23rd game. I don't know if you remember, but we did, I think, 3 games that day. We did 2 hockey and basketball all on the same day, right before the winter, holiday season. Westwood, I think it was like maybe a 1 or 2 goal game going into the third period, and then an explosive third period. Kate Sullivan with a hat trick that game. We also saw first goals as well. Bridget Lewis, the 8th grader, with her first goal. Maeve Hennessy with her first goal. And, the fans, the players are all fired up for their team. Both teams are different teams since then. Westwood is a better team now. So is Walpole. Walpole, from what I remember that game, Miss Shenzi, terrific goaltender for the Timberwolves. But what I love from watching the Westwood team all season long, 18-1-1 on the year. The one loss was to Hingham. Hingham is the best team in the state, Division I 1 seed. Westwood played them tough. They were on the road. A couple penalties, and power play goals by Hingham helped kind of put them away. But Westwood is a better team because of that. They've got the confidence knowing they can skate with the best in the state, but also they learned some things. You can't take penalties in these close games with great teams. So great things to take away from that game, but the confidence in this team from start to finish. It's a young team. You got 8th graders on the team, and the job that the seniors and the captains have done to make them feel welcome, but to also show them the way, the leadership styles of being able to calm their nerves and playing in huge games, and you haven't even walked through the halls of Westwood High School yet. Incredible. The depth too, Evan. So when we look at the lines, they have 3 stacked lines: the Sullivan line, the Hicks line, and Marino line. And then on defense, you got Campbell, Themistocles, Liv Levering, who I said on the playoff preview, I think is one of the best, if not the best, defenseman in the state, along with Themistocles. Kiera Chevry, terrific defense for the Wolverines. Connolly as well. And she might be playing forward. We've seen her do a little bit of both, but super, super excited to be here. Like you said, whole new season. And, Westwood, I think, has got a team built to really go far in the playoffs. So clock winding down. We got 3 officials now. So in the playoffs, you get 3 officials. You're going to have 1 lines person that does the icing whistles. They do the offsides, and then you get 2 officials that they'll help out with the icings and and also the offsides. But they call the penalties. But we are about ready to get underway. Going to send it down to the voice of Westwood boys and girls hockey, Bill Siebert, for the opening introductions and the Star Spangled Banner.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Canton Ice House for today's MIAA Division II Round of 32 girls matchup between the 32nd seed Walpole Timberwolves of the Bay State Hurling League and the number 1 seed from Tri-Valley, your Westwood Wolverines. Here are tonight's starting lineup for Walpole. At left wing, number 7, sophomore Ella Dacey. At center, number 17, senior captain number 5, Junior Fallon Campbell. And starting in goal for the Wolverines, number 1, sophomore Jennifer Lynn. And please welcome the remaining members of the Wolverines. Ladies and gentlemen, the coaches and players have prepared for this competition, so please demonstrate your appreciation for them and good sportsmanship with your respect for everyone here in attendance. Our great nation has persevered through leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite both veterans and current military personnel to please stand, and I would ask that you give them a nice round of applause. We thank you for your service to our country. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd all please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Wow, Evan, Bill Siebert in playoff form right off the bat.
I think he's been in playoff form all season, though. I think we got to give him some credit. But, you know, there's nothing like playoff hockey, Morgan, no matter what level you're at. And right now, you got to have chills watching this. And it's time. This is what we've been working for all year, all season, even since last year. This has been on our minds. Playoff hockey. You know, my dad, when I'd watch sports with him growing up, he'd always tell me when the Patriots made the playoffs, you're 0-0.
Yeah.
And you want to go 1-0 every game. And I think that's on the minds of both these teams. Something to look forward to today. I think it's going to be a great match. And how could you not be hyped for some playoff hockey?
Absolutely. It's not only just a new opportunity for a new season, but also for the players. You know, any players that have been on cold streaks. You know, we talked about how some players elevate their game come playoff time. They like the bright lights. They like the opportunity where they score a goal here at home, the den's going to go nuts. You know, they don't get nervous about that. They get excited. And there is plenty of players that I would say fall in that category on the Westwood Wolverines who played a lot of playoff games over the years. One being number 22 at the faceoff dot, Kate Sullivan. Kate Sullivan, Presley and Ash starting at forward, starting on defense. You have Liz Levering as well as Fallon Campbell, Jen Lynn in net for the Wolverines. Puck one right off the bat. Sullivan's going to have a breakaway right off the bat. 10 seconds in. Sullivan off the backhand, just wide of the net. But what a great look. It was a terrific pass from Levering out of the defensive zone for a quick opportunity for the Wolverines.
You talk about players that step up when the lights are brightest, and I can't think of a player who steps up any bigger than number 22 for Westwood. Ooh, puck went at the Walpole coach there.
Puck out of play. Did a good job of getting out of the way. We're going to get face-off. I think it's going to be in the zone, yes. So they're going to bring it into the Walpole zone. Westwood going to stay out there with the starters. So the Sullivan line going to stay out there, as well as Campbell and Levering. Sullivan on the draw. Stalemate sent back by Ash, intercepted by Walpole. A great job there by number 18, Kate Schneider on Walpole, able to jump in front of that. They're going to go the other way. A good stick there by Campbell. Puck ends up in front of Lynn. She puts the glove on it for the whistle.
And I think this is our first game. I could be wrong, but the first game we've seen Jennifer Lynn in a while. She's coming off an injury, and she's back and starting goal for the Wolverines.
So I believe she's played the last couple games, started the last couple games. She got into the Ashland game, so good to see her back. She's a big piece of the Westwood puzzle. Also, shout out to Naomi Sherman. What a job she did in the absence of Jen Lynn. Another 8th grader to add to that list of the talented 8th graders the Wolverines have had contributions-wise this year. So an icing call is going to bring the face-off back into the Westwood zone. Westwood coming right back with the Hicks line. Hicks on the draw, wins it cleanly. Wins it right back to Connolly, who sends it around, and right back on Connolly's stick behind the Westwood net. Does a good job going D to Chevry. Lewis taps it back down to Chevry. Walpole doing a good job of negating Westwood's breakout attempts. Puck on the stick of Walpole, but Gannon able to get a stick on that, throws that back in the corner. Let's Westwood battle right back for the possession. Puck on the near side, just off the stick of Lewis. It's back on the stick of Connolly, and ends up back here near side. These battles, we're going to see a lot of them come playoff time. Lewis comes away with it. She shoots on net, gloved by Mackenzie, and I don't think they've blown a whistle, no. So she's going to put the puck right back down. Westwood's got a couple players out there. Presley picks it up, gets caught in the skates of the ref, works up top, kept in by Carolyn. Carolyn sends it down low to Ash. Ash battling with 2 Walpole players. Presley jumps right in there, gets the possession back, goes to her partner, Ash, on the play. The forward partners connecting there. Excuse me, that's Avery Hughes, not Ash. So the puck going down in the Westwood territory. Walpole changing out their players. Carolyn has some time. She goes off the near side boards, kept in by Walpole. Shot on net, turned away by Lynn. Walpole with a good pace right off the bat here. Domestically is doing a good job. Ties down Walpole player. Stick lift, puck in front of the net. Loose. Battled for, and a save by Lynn. Big save by Jen Lynn here early. Another shot gets deflected just behind the Westwood zone. Played by Carolyn. Carolyn going D to Themestocles. Themestocles looking for Hughes there. Not able to get it out.
Walpole putting the pressure offensively early here in the game.
And Westwood, long shift right here for the Marino line. They're going to look to just get it out to get some players, new players on the ice. Well, Carolyn touches the puck and the stick broke. She's going to get off. Coming on is Levering. So Westwood back in the other end. So both teams with a couple good looks here early on. Walpole pushing the pace early. This is what you get when you are the home team. You're going to get the away team looking to put a lot of pressure on you early. Levering overskates the puck. We got 2 Walpole players going the other way, but a good back check by Campbell. What a play by Fallon Campbell. Able to get back in the play and knock that puck away from 2 Walpole players to no Westwood players. Amazing back check. Nice tape-to-tape pass. Sullivan to Presley. Presley with some speed. Goes around the defender. She's got Ash to her right. Tries to cut inside, but great stick there by the Walpole defender. And they're going to ice the puck down, and we're going to get a face-off back in the Walpole zone. But what a defensive play by Fallon Campbell, able to get back in the play and knock that puck off the Walpole stick.
That's a big opportunity for Walpole there that Fallon Campbell helped save for Westwood. But yeah, you talk about it. That's a play that we've seen both Westwood boys and girls hockey struggle with. Those 2-on-1, 3-on-1, or 2-on-2 opportunities on a fast break. Westwood's tending to struggle a little bit there, but it's good to see them work early figuring out how to stop that play.
Yeah, puck got just by Levering. She did a good job trying to get a stick lift there. Just to, wasn't able to get enough. But you know what? It's great when you have backup like that. She would do the same for Campbell. But what a defensive play. I mean, that is a momentum shifter for, in Westwood's favor when you have a play like that.
And Walpole's come out here a bit, fired up, a bit fast-paced. This is a team that saw, Westwood earlier in the season, but they know what Westwood's capable of.
Yeah.
They know what type of team Westwood is, and they're a bit of the underdog here right now. But they kind of know what it takes. They've seen this team before. That's what kind of helps when it comes to playoff hockey.
Yeah.
When you've seen a team and you know what they're like, you can kind of know what mentality you need to bring into that game.
Puck in the Westwood defensive zone on the near side. Trying to chip it up is Carolyn. She does. Ends up on the stick of Ash. Ash has got some speed, looking for a shot. It's blocked by Walpole, picked up by Sullivan. Sullivan towards the front of the net, just misses connecting with Ash. And Walpole trying to break it out, they do. Puck goes airborne, but Campbell able to play it. But on the trail is Walpole with a shot just wide left. Ash gets a stick on it. Sullivan sends it over to Presley. Presley with some space and some speed. She's got 3 Walpole players closing in. Able to find Sullivan. Shot! Score! Kate Sullivan puts Westwood on the board, 1-0 on a beautiful pass by Abby Presley. When she had 3 Walpole players closing in, she found Sullivan streaking as a trailer, and then a terrific shot just inside the post for the Wolverine goal.
I don't know if you could draw a goal up better than that, Maury. You know, Presley had 3 Walpole players on her, but that left 2 or 3 Westwood players open, and Kate Sullivan was the first one there with a wide open look, one-on-one versus the goalie. That's a hard shot to save for the Walpole goalie.
Good players will draw the eyes of the other team, and Presley did there. She had 3 players looking at her. Sullivan did a great job trailing, waiting for the entry, and then finding open space, and what a finish. That's what we call in hockey is a finish. Someone who just puts it in the back of the net. And what a shot. We got a whistle. It looks like a delayed offside call. And that's going to add to the incredible total that Kate Sullivan has in her total points here at Westwood High School. I don't know where it's at currently. I'm going to try and get confirmation after the game, but she was closing in on my sister's 180-point record for the Wolverines. Great play there by Cox, able to advance the puck. Walpole, a nice nifty pass there to Dacey. Dacey on the entry. Dacey was trying to send it towards the net, takes a deflection, ends up back on Walpole's stick, and a great block by Cox, able to get the puck out of the Westwood zone. Great leadership by the senior captain there, 21 for your Wolverines. Jumping up in the play there is Connolly. Connolly going to the outside. She's got Ash to her right. Puck gets deflected off the glass behind the net. Walpole trying to chip it away, but kept in by Carolyn. Puck deep in Walpole territory. They're working the breakout, but Presley on the spot, able to get the turnover. Puts it in the near side corner. Ash sends it to the front of the net. Takes a bounce off the Mackenzie. Walpole able to clear it outside, but Westwood keeps it in the zone. Westwood now getting their forecheck going after weathering the storm from Walpole. Ash with a great stick, keeps it in the offensive zone. Sullivan was trying to find Presley there, but puck was knocked loose. Carolyn keeps that in front, and Walpole going to work the puck into Westwood zone, trying to cut through the center. Shot on net, turned away by Lynn. Presley chips it up to Sullivan, but that gets whacked off the stick of Walpole. Going to the net, Walpole has it. Saved by Lynn. Big save. The puck took a Walpole bounce, went over the Westwood defender's stick, and what a save on a point-blank opportunity by Jen Lynn.
We've seen a few opportunities for Walpole today, and there's been a few good shots that they've taken, and Jen Lynn has managed to save all of them. She's done a great job so far in this game, and that was a big save for them right there.
Huge. Levering protects the puck behind the net. She's got Hicks helping. Lewis advancing it up, whacked by Walpole. I'm going to send it back down low. Puck battles, and see plenty of these. Both teams trying to come away with the puck in numbers. Levering gets the stick on that, sends it up on the near side, looking for Gannon, just a little bit too strong, no ice. It's going to go deep into Walpole territory. Gannon looking for the front of the net. Intercepted by Walpole. She was looking for Hicks there. Walpole able to send that into Westwood territory. Cassie Burke chasing after it, and they're going to say that was an icing. Wow, so icing called on the ice, which is going to bring a face-off all the way back into Walpole territory.
Big for Westwood here. They're going to get a line change, and that's going to bring some fresh players on the ice.
Absolutely. And it's going to bring the Sullivan line out, which has been setting the tone here early. Sullivan with a breakaway, 10 seconds in. And Sullivan with the goal off of a pass from Presley. Connolly Puck knocked off her stick. Chevery going to go back to play it. She's got a Walpole player on. Does a nice job chipping it over to Connolly. Puck on the far side. Ash going to help chip that deeper down into Westwood territory, and a great job by Sullivan, able to jump on a loose puck where a Walpole player is trying to close in on. Westwood going into the Walpole zone with some speed. Presley sending it back up to Sullivan. She's got Ash in front of the net. Sullivan settles it, sends it towards the net, takes a couple ricochets, ends up out in the neutral zone. Westwood going D to D. Domesticles looking to send it back in deep. It gets deflected. Second try gets deflected again. Then Sullivan sends it in, and they're going to change out the forwards. On comes the Marino line. Hughes in the far side corner. Great forecheck there, able to come away with the puck. She's looking for some space, finds Marino, who chips it just wide right. She's got Cox helping out with the puck battle.
I like what Westwood's trying to do in front of the net. They're passing in front of the net, trying to find a player to catch that Walpole goalie off guard. We're going to see that later on this game. I think they're going to get one off of that.
Hughes up to Carolyn. Carolyn with a shot on net and forced a Mackenzie save. And another puck sent down deep in a Westwood zone. No icing on this one. Cox on the near side. Puck just gets away. Back on the stick of a Westwood defense. Cox going to send it in deep. Westwood going to change their players out. They're going to do wholesale change, both forwards and defense, and they're going to say that's an icing, which will bring that face off just to the left of Jen Lynn. So the Sullivan line back out for the Wolverines. Get Campbell and Levering back out there for the defense. 5 minutes, 28 seconds remaining here in the first period. Westwood up 1-0 off the goal from Kate Sullivan. Levering got 3 Walpole players on her, and she's another player that will attract a lot of eyes from the Timberwolves. Sullivan goes right around the Walpole defender. Shot! Saved by Mackenzie with a heck of a blocker save. That puck goes out of play. We get a whistle. A great play by Sullivan. Just went right around. She's got a couple different moves. We've seen a lot of the toe drag working it inside, and then we see her chip it off the boards, chip and chase. Tough to defend when, there's a couple different moves they can make, and you don't know which one is they're coming away with. Puck ends up back on the stick of Westwood D. Walpole comes away with it. They got a 2-on-1, but a bad pass by Walpole. Presley able to jump on that puck. Walpole able to keep it in. Shot blocked there by Ash. Ash able to get a stick on that. Looking for the front of the net. Well defended by Levering. Puck hits the glass. Ash comes away with a nice board pass. She's got Sullivan. Sullivan chips it up to herself. Wolverines have Sullivan to the right, Presley to the left. Just looked for Presley on the connection and just missed. Was Levering able to keep that in? They're going to say yes, but Walpole comes away with it going the other way. Grisefia with the entry, but Levering able to disrupt that. Westwood throws that puck out of the other end, and that's not an ice. So Westwood going to have some time. They got one forechecker entering on the play. Levering going to go off glass. She's got Hicks with some speeds. Hicks sends it deep, and Westwood going to chase. Lewis on the forecheck. She's got Hicks helping. Little rugby scrum in the corner. Ref letting them play. No whistle. These are tough to get the puck loose. You gotta gotta be physical a little bit. And there you see Hicks goes down. No call, but puck gets loose. Westwood able to jump back on that loose puck. Hicks gonna send it in deep. Puck goes off the far side boards. Hicks, great job, keeps it in. Able to get a stick on that clearing attempt. Gannon gets the interception. Shot missed on the initial. Is able to get a second shot on net. Turned away by Mackenzie and then sent out by Walpole. 3 minutes, 21 seconds remaining here in the first period. Wolverines up 1-0. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of your Westwood Girls Hockey round of 32. Wolverines taking on the Walpole Timberwolves. Shot from the point, blocked by Walpole. And Connolly tries to keep that in, just got through, but able to go back to play it. You're going 2-on-2 in the defensive end. Connolly doing a good job jockeying for position. Puck goes up in the air, loose puck. Lynn able to get a stick on it, and we get a whistle. So Lynn sharp here from the get-go here in the first period. Jumping on loose pucks, getting whistles and no secondary, third opportunities for the Timberwolves so far on some of those loose pucks.
That was a good opportunity for a second opportunity for Walpole. Jen Lynn went to catch it. It looks like it just missed her glove, but she was quick on it. She got it covered up, and we got a face-off here.
Themistocles off the backhand. Puck on the near side. Get the Sullivan line back out there. Sullivan going to take it back. Smart play. Get some speed and create some space. She goes off the boards, hits the skate of Ash, sent back in by Walpole. He played by Carolyn. Carolyn goes near side. Puck gets up in the air, and Sullivan able to get a glove on it. Nice move by Sullivan. Beats the first. Shot by Presley or Ash on a loose puck. That was blocked. Puck in the neutral zone. Kept out by Carolyn. She sends it on the near side to Presley. Ends up on the stick of Themistocles. Themistocles gets the red line. She passes up to Ash. Ash was looking to go back to Themistocles there, but miscommunication. However, Levering coming on the ice with some speed. This is where she is a difference maker, where she turns her defense into some great offense. She's got a terrific shot, some terrific vision as well. Sees the ice in front of her very, very well and able to take the puck to the net for some good opportunities. Hughes looking for the front of the net. That takes a Walpole bounce. The puck ended up on the stick of Levering. Walpole able to come away with that. Going the other way is Walsh. But great defensive play by Campbell. Campbell's been terrific here early on. Marino. She has a puck on the far side. Had to dodge a couple players on the breakout, able to get it out. Hughes going to send it in deep. Westwood on the forecheck. Gannon forces the pass to the far side. Puck in the middle of the ice, knocked right back in. Justine Connolly. We got 1 minute remaining here in the first period. Westwood looking to get one more goal if they can before the close of the period. We got another rugby scrum on the far side. Puck gets loose. Kept in by Chevry. Gannon is looking to shoot, but that was blocked. Walsh sends it up, but Westwood goes D to D. Westwood on the entry. Nice move there by Lewis. Shot, scores! Bridget Lewis, her first career playoff goal, and a huge goal with 33 seconds left here in the first period.
What a goal for Westwood. That was a great shot by Lewis.
She is fired up, and so are her teammates. They are loud, and what a goal for the 8th grader. And one of the things I was mentioning on Monday is if you get her going in the playoffs and you add to the the production that Westwood continues to have, she's been producing all year, but when you add additional goals that she is capable of doing, that is a dangerous combination. What a goal, and off a great move. Presley on the entry, a terrific pass finds Ash, but that gets knocked off her stick. Sullivan going the other way.
And what's big for Westwood there too is you got your young players getting involved in big, meaningful games.
Big time. Getting your young kids confidence, playoff confidence before they've even gone to Westwood High School. Clock winding down. 3 seconds, 2. You're trying to get another attempt, but the clock expires. Lewis with the goal, the huge goal in the vulnerable minute, put the Wolverines up 2-0. And that is going to do it here for the first period. Westwood 2-0. Stick around, folks. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for the start of the second period. You are watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Hockey, playoff hockey, round of 32.
There's magic associated with high school sports that's hard to quantify. Legends are born.
And they put it in the back of the net.
Memories are made. And smiles come across our faces. These are the moments we talk about forever. They become part of our history. They define us. At Arch Orthodontics, we know how important it is to engage with our community, how critical it is to empower these defining moments. And in a sense, We define our community too. We build confidence. We make the smiles that light up the field, the rink, the gym, and the court. And we do it with a dedication to excellence, just like our athletes who inspire us every time they put on a Westwood uniform.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. We're gonna do a little intermission conversation. Evan Cardamino, Morgan Donahue, and Evan, right off the bat, pretty impressed by Walpole. I think Westwood, kind of working a little rust off of their game. It's been a while since they last played. And Walpole certainly came out that first period, with some passion. And, I think Westwood was able to weather that storm, and they came back with some terrific goals. But, I think, the things that stuck out too, Fallon Campbell, what a game she's had so far here in the first period. But, what are your thoughts so far? First period, Wolverines up 2-0.
My first thought, I'll start with number 22, Kate Sullivan.
Yeah.
Big game so far already in the first period.
Yeah.
One goal. You had a couple great looks early on, especially that first shot in the first 10 seconds of the game to establish the tone. And that's really key here. You got to set the tone early in playoff hockey. You got to let the other team know, we're here to play.
Yep.
And Westwood's done a great job of that. But Walpole's come out fast. This is a fast team. This is a really speedy team. And, even though we're up 2-0, there's still, you got to keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Anything could happen, and they're going to go in and make adjustments. I think that's going to be key for them.
Yeah.
They're getting great pressure, but they just need to, convert on some of those shots and be there for those rebound attempts.
Yeah.
When Jen Lynn has let a couple rebounds go off, but it's worked because Westwood's been there.
Yeah.
But if Jen Lynn can tighten it up, she'll prevent those rebounds for Westwood. But for Walpole, if you're right there, you might be able to capitalize off of one of those attempts and make this a 1-point game.
Yeah. So, as I mentioned, Fallon Campbell, terrific first period. She was able to get back into plays where Walpole had some numbers going the other way, 2-on-0, 2-on-1. I think Westwood on the defensive end, they got to pull out of the defensive zone earlier. You're the last line of D, so if you can't keep that puck flat in front of you, just roll out. That's where Walpole's looking to create some offense, is to have a breakaway, to have a turnover goal, and to cut into a Westwood lead. That is any goal right now when you're up 2-1 is the next goal is the biggest goal in the game. We've talked about this in the past too. The 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. A couple different reasons. One, a team you can't allow a team to get complacent if you're up 2-0, thinking, all right, we're good. We'll just play 40 more minutes of hockey, close it out. That's not how it works. It's the playoffs. Teams are going to come at you with everything they got. There's seniors on the other team. This is potentially the last game for either side. Someone's going to go home tonight playing their last hockey game. So you got to get the next one. The next goal is the biggest one of the game. Wolverines, they got to make it happen. And they certainly. There hasn't been any penalties too, so got to give a shout out to that. There's been some clean hockey so far.
And the other thing I think that's working right now for Westwood, you mentioned that for some of these girls here tonight, this will be their last hockey game. But for some of these girls, this is their first playoff hockey game. Bridget Lewis with a big goal to put the Wolverines up 2-0. But what's key for Westwood is getting young players this experience. You have a lot of 8th graders, a lot of freshmen, and a lot of sophomores on this team. This is an underclassmen-dominated team. So for Westwood, getting them this experience is going to be great. But if you're an opponent, the big thing for them is you got to capitalize on that inexperience.
Yeah.
This is still a young team, and if you're Walpole, you got to figure out, okay, well, what do these younger players not know, and where can we capitalize on that? And like you mentioned, getting on the defensive end early, that may be somewhere where Westwood's kind of lacking, and that might be where you need to capitalize as Walpole. Right now, if you're Walpole, you need to find Westwood's biggest weaknesses and target those.
Absolutely. Well, that is going to do it for the intermission report. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the second period.
There's magic associated with high school sports that's hard to quantify. Legends are born.
And they put it in the back of the net.
Memories are made. And smiles come across our faces. These are the moments we talk about forever. They become part of our history. They define us. At Arch Orthodontics, we know how important it is to engage with our community, how critical it is to empower these defining moments. And in a sense, we define our community too. We build confidence. We make the smiles that light up the field, the rink, the gym, and the court. And we do it with a dedication to excellence, just like our athletes who inspire us every time they put on a Westwood uniform.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. About ready to kick off the second period. Wolverines up 2-0 after the first. Goals by Sullivan and Lewis. Presley with the assist on the Sullivan goal, and Gannon with the assist on the Lewis goal. And you know, I was talking to Bill Siebert, and we said, the first period's always been kind of a slow period for the Wolverines this year. So second period, third period is where they really start to, pick their game up. Not in terms of, starting their game, but in terms of just elevating it from period on to the next period. But certainly going to expect, going to see a lot more shots this period. I think we're going to see, some more goals as well. But what a first period. I'd say the theme of that, even though had two great goals by the Wolverines, terrific defense. Terrific defense by the Wolverines to shut down the Walpole attack. Sullivan taking the draw for the Wolverines. Grafsea taking the draw for Walpole. Sepa, excuse me. Puck won back by Sullivan. Clean win, goes into the Westwood territory.
And, here in the second period, Morgan, we talked about this all season. It's the long change period for both teams.
Yep.
And we've seen, it's funny because we've seen Westwood in this situation actually thrive. They do really well off this long change. And, I can go back to the December 18th Ashton game. I believe off that long change, they got 3 or 4 goals in the second period. So, something to watch here for Westwood. They don't, some teams the long change might be a bit of a disadvantage, but for the Westwood girls, it's really not.
Yep. Oh, 100%. It's you'll see at least like 1 or 2 offensive opportunities in the second period alone because of that. So you want to be on the positive end of that, not the negative end. Puck iced down, Westwood defensive end, and an icing whistled, which will bring the face-off back into Walpole territory. So some good movement there early on. Starting to see Campbell and Levering get a little more comfortable together, working the D to D out in the neutral zone. That helps with the kind of that neutral zone breakout, which created some good offense. The neutral zone is so effective when it comes to creating some offense if you can move the puck as well as they did. Shot by Connolly gets blocked. Walpole going to work it into Westwood zone. Connolly able to knock that out, forces the puck into the neutral zone. Lewis poking at it, and Hicks going to battle for it. Walpole coming away with it. 1-on-2, great stick there by Connolly. Puck ends up in the corner, sent towards the net, and Lynn had to get a stick on that to steer it aside. And then the puck gets deflected, goes into the near side corner. Gannon going to send it over the far side to Connolly. Connolly, nice move, gives it back to herself, creates some more space. Wolverines looking for a clean breakout here. Gannon on the backhand, gets to the Hicks, who chips it to herself. Terrific play. She's going to work it towards the net. Shot by Hicks, turned away there by Mackenzie. Great save. What a play by Hicks. Started in the defensive end, chipped it to herself for a breakout, and had a great look and opportunity there. Westwood got to be careful there of the change. Sullivan takes a slash, no call. You don't want too many players on the ice when you got the puck towards the bench like that, but Wolverines did a good job. They just were able to get the player off the ice. Pass in front of the net. Ash, she scores! Maggie Ash on a pass from Kate Sullivan behind the net for Westwood's third goal to go up 3-0.
big goal early here in the second period. And like you said, that next goal is the most important goal, and Westwood now has a 3-0 lead. But once again, they're still not out of it. You know, you got to keep your foot on the gas pedal here.
Yeah. One of the things I wanted to see in the playoffs is I'd love to see those goals where the puck is loose in front of the net. So, you know, we call it garbage goals. They're not the prettiest goals, but they're effective. That is not one. That was a beautiful catch, beautiful shot, but the puck just going right to the net and going after it with, with some purpose. Love to see that. You know, when you're able to score going coast to coast, shots like Lewis had, but then also the rebound goals and some garbage goals, it's a really good combination to have come playoff time. Westwood right back in on the forecheck.
Wolverine's third goal scored by number 16.
Ooh, Westwood player took a hit there. Connolly hits the ice, no call. She gets back up. Westwood works it right back into the Walpole zone, but we get an icing call, which can bring the face-off back. So an early goal, which is huge. You want to see a quick goal to really set the tone for the period. Face off to the right of Jen Lynn. Sullivan right back out there. Puck is a bit of a stalemate. Westwood able to get it out of the zone. Ash with it far side. She scored the last goal for the Wolverines. Battling on the near side. She's got Presley and Sullivan helping. Presley comes away with it. Nice move. Sullivan with the shot. Saved by Mackenzie. Great look there. To get a quick shot, she had a little screen there as well. Westwood able to throw that back in. It did get out of the zone, so Westwood had to tag up. But when you got the likes of Presley and her forecheck, doesn't matter. Her stop and starts, and then to get right back in the play, you wouldn't even know that she had to stop. Themistocles, she's got some space as Walpole comes on the ice after a change, sends it up the near side. Finds Hicks. Hicks able to get a stick on it to avoid the icing. Puck gonna work its way into the Walpole zone. Walpole sends it to the far side. They're able to get a nice breakout, but Campbell jumps on top. It sends it right back in. She's got Gannon on the far side racing in. Gannon off the backhand, chips it towards the net. Walpole centering attempt, blocked by Westwood, but second attempt able to come away with it. Westwood just layered defense. They're able to get sticks on that. They force it back, then Walpole, has the second attempt, and you got another 2-3 Westwood players in front of them that you got to get by.
You know, Morgan, you said in the intermission break, defense is going to be key for Westwood and tightening up on the defense. And I think Coach Hilberg really had the same messages. Their defense has been pretty airtight, and we've seen most of the play in the Walpole zone this period.
Yeah, you got to trust. You're going to score goals, so pull out. If it's a 50-50 play, of you being able to advance that puck forward, just get out of the zone. Especially come playoffs. Good teams capitalize. Sullivan able to beat Walpole to the puck, makes a couple defenders, sends it up top to Levering to Campbell. Campbell smartly just throws it in deep to allow Westwood to go right back at it. This is what we talked about when it came to the cycling. Pass by Ash to Sullivan, she scores! Beautiful passing. Ash finds Sullivan in open space and she buries it for the fourth goal, her second goal of the game. But that is something that Westwood has started to do later in the season is if there's not a good offensive opportunity, start working it around, start skating, cycling the puck, putting it down low where one of your teammates can either get it cleanly or go for the battle. Westwood does that. What it does is it forces some puck watching. We saw some puck watching there where Sullivan's able to kind of go in that open space. Ash beautifully sends it over to her where she buried it there for a big goal, Wolverine's fourth goal.
And the thing too for Westwood here is where you have now at that point a 3-0 lead, but now a 4-0 lead, is you can kind of lay off offensively, right? You don't have to take a shot that might be a forced shot.
We're going to have a power play coming up for the Wolverines. Oh, it's just an icing. So an icing. I wouldn't hold up on the offense. I would just bury anything you can do. Bury. At this point, it's all good teams here in the playoffs. You cannot take anything for granted, but you also got to send the right message to the team of we're here for business.
Yeah.
There is a time where it makes sense. Third period, certainly makes sense where you hold off a little bit, but you got to get it to a point where you put the game away. Cox able to chip the puck to herself, gets it in deep. She's got Marino helping out. Marino, who's got a shutout this year as a goaltender for the Wolverines. Emergency backup. Terrific story if you hadn't heard. Julia Marino. Jen Lynn was out. So was Naomi Sherman. Marino went in net. Got a shutout versus a top team in Norwood, too. So what a story.
And the big thing with that, too, is it also talks about how Westwood has that depth, but also that next man up mentality of, if someone's out and we got to step up, someone's going to step up. Julia Marino stepping up big in the goal and having a shutout like that.
Yeah.
But that's the type of team you have in Westwood, that this is a team that's going to step up for each other and do their job and do it well and give it 100% when they're out on the ice.
Big stick lift there by Walpole. On the deep, Jen Lynn with the save. What a stick lift by the Walpole player. She went in for an opportunity, and Jen Lynn stone cold on that save. Gannon trying to work it inside, well defended by Walpole. Lewis able to get to the loose puck, forces Walpole to throw it off the boards. Westwood going to play with, you got one Walpole player chasing. Domesticles working it up. Nice pass to Gannon. Gannon finds Hicks. Wolverines got two on one if they hurry. Shot by Hicks goes wide left. And it was such a powerful shot. It worked its way out of the zone. Campbell tries to keep the puck or the red line, but Walpole able to advance it. Great back check by Gannon. Gannon with a great stick, force it up to Sullivan. Puck goes airborne and picked up by Gannon. Wolverines got 3-on-0. Gannon closing in on the net. Shot saved by Mackenzie. Not often you see a 3-on-0 opportunity. I like what she did there, shoot it. If you try to pass too much, you really force the potential of, losing the puck. So, Levering with the shot gets deflected wide. That's certainly a person you like to see the puck on her stick right there for a shot. She's got an absolute rocket. Walpole going to force it out. Levering just got a piece of it. It's going to be no icing. That's a tired Walpole team looking to get off and make a change. Westwood trying to take advantage of the long change. Set it up near side to Ash. Westwood playing downhill right now. Got some pep in their step after two big goals here so far in the period. Ash and Sullivan. Oh, what a stick there by Levering. Caroline Sullivan made a nice move to the outside. Levering able to get back in the play by getting her stick on the puck, knocking it loose. Marino looking for Presley off the far side. Marino goes down, and I think we're going to see our first penalty call on Walpole. Looks like it's going to be a tripping. I hope Marino is okay. So Marino slowly getting up. And good to see her on her feet. Going to skate towards the bench. She's a big part of the Wolverine offense. We mentioned the shutout she had, but what a example she sets on her forecheck. She is so responsible in the defensive area. These centers are pivotal players on the ice. They are that third defenseman for the Wolverines, and they do such a good job of keeping the puck away from the critical areas in front of the net. Nice pass from Levering to Sullivan. Wolverines on the power play here. Battle in front of the net is Connolly. Puck gets loose. Shot by Sullivan goes off the side of the net. Sullivan chips it over to Connolly. Connolly just missed on the connection with Presley, and Walpole ices it down. Levering's got Dacey chasing after her. Does a good job, finds Ash. Ash to Sullivan. Sullivan able to advance it. Got Presley. Wolverines got 3-on-2 if they hurry. Presley working it inside, turned away by Mackenzie. Sullivan settles the puck. Work it up top. That was Ash who settled it. Puck in front. Connolly battling for it. Does a good job with the stick lift to keep the possession for the Wolverines. Connolly back to Sullivan. To Levering. Levering with the shot. Saved by Mackenzie. Loose. Behind the goaltender for Walpole. Did she get a hand on it? We got a penalty shot. A penalty shot coming for the Wolverines.
That was close to being in, Morgan. That from my angle, I'm a little off to the right of the camera here.
Yep.
That looked like it went
was
in.
working its way in, but the Walpole player put a glove on it. And when you see the ref do that X, that means penalty shot. So the Wolverines are going to get a penalty shot here. And I think they can pick who they want. So I see Coach Hilberg talking to Liz Levering and Kate Sullivan over there. I'd have to imagine Kate Sullivan, with, it looks like they're still having a conversation about it, but Wolverine's going to get a penalty shot.
Now, Morgan, my question for you is, does this penalty shot go against the power play?
No.
So
One
if they get
opportunity,
this-
you score. Actually, good point. Westwood scores, the penalty is negated. The penalty right now, right?
Yeah.
So the penalty shot, if they don't score, you still have the power play. So,
Gotcha. Because as you mentioned in a previous broadcast, it is rare to see a penalty shot.
we've seen 3.
We've seen 3 this season,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy.
So Levering going to take the penalty shot. The freshman, or the 8th grader, excuse me. Rare do you see this, Evan. Even rarer do you see it in the playoffs. But you can't put a glove on a loose puck in the crease area. Or, it was the crease because it wasn't in the net.
Because that was going in if they didn't stop it that way.
Which, if you're Walpole, if Mackenzie's able to get a save here, then good play by Walpole.
Yeah.
Save the goal. So the ref just telling the Walpole goalie the rules. She has to stay in the net. On the whistle, she can come outside the crease. So the whistle, now she can come out. Levering, working towards the net. Shot! Yeah, goal! Liz Levering on a penalty shot.
What a way to score your first goal in the playoffs on a penalty shot, no less.
Unbelievable. And how about Coach Lauren Hilberg picking Levering there, too. Big time shot and finish.
And I don't think, we're going to find out here if that.
I think she's out of the box. Yeah, so they got to figure it out, but I think she's out because, that is technically you earned. But actually.
It's a unique situation, huh? Because.
So here's the thing. That actually negates the penalty. I think she's going to stay in the box. So that negates what the penalty would have been.
Right.
So
Westwood has a chance to capitalize on a power play here as well.
And the refs are talking about it. It is kind of confusing.
Yeah, I mean.
It's simple if you didn't have a player in the box. All right, you score, there's no penalty. But does that negate the penalty that was being called? Or do you consider that a power play goal?
My only thing that would make me lean towards it doesn't negate it is because it's a separate penalty.
Yeah.
So if you had two players, if you were on a 5-on-3 situation, it would only get rid of one player in that situation.
Yes.
So where it's
that's where it's confusing, and I don't blame them for being confused, to be honest.
No, apparently it's rare to see a penalty play. I don't know if we can continue saying that when we've seen it in every other game.
So they're going to say it negates it's going to take the penalty off the board because of the power play goal. So makes sense. That's what I guess I would have thought.
Yeah.
But rarely do you see a penalty shot in a game. But a penalty shot when you're on the power play too, rarely see that too.
You could see anything in these MIA Division II playoff hockey matchups here, apparently, because we've seen a lot this season as is. A lot of unique situations, and this is no surprise.
But for those at home, loose pucks, if you're a defenseman, you can't put an open hand or a closed hand on top of the puck. You can't jump on a loose puck, and that's usually an easy call to make for the official. It happened against Westwood boys in the playoffs right before COVID. They played a couple playoff games, and they lost to Medway, I believe, in the playoffs because of a penalty shot. And the ref said it was, a Westwood player had the glove on it. I was at the game. I disagree with it, but that was clear cut here. You could see it going in the net. In theory, Walpole player saved a goal by doing that, but you want to do it. You got to walk. You can backhand it. You just can't put your glove on top. But right back to the draw with the Wolverines. Marino on the draw. Shot Walpole sends it in deep. Marino jumps right on it. Puck gets knocked off her stick, sent back to Fallon. Fallon sends it up to Lewis. Lewis trying to backhand it. Kept in by Dacey. Dacey's going to whack it right back in. Dacey, one of the captains for the Timberwolves. Productive period so far. 3 goals for the Wolverines. Goals by Sullivan, Ash, Levering. Dacey looking to get a shot towards the net. That was a great deflection by Walpole to take a shot that was going to miss the net to go towards the net. And it's puck sent right back in. Campbell got a player on her. Puck gets knocked off her stick, but Lewis able to get a whack at it. Walpole doing a good job keeping it in. Loose puck on the stick of Gannon. Gannon gets the red. She's going to work it into the Walpole defensive zone. Chips it right to herself, doing a good job of letting her teammates finish the change. We've got fresh players, fresh legs on the ice. Presley on the far side settles the puck. Sends it back to Gannon. Some good movement here. This is what we were talking about earlier, Evan, the puck movement. Now you start to get some Walpole players watching where Westwood can find some openings. Shot from the outside gets knocked into the corner. Westwood battling in the middle of the ice. Ash comes away with it. Westwood doing a good job. They got tired Walpole players out there after Westwood has some fresh legs. They got the full Sullivan line out there now. Chevery and Carolyn on defense. Chevery and Connolly.
They're on a long shift right now. We started this since the last goal. We've been going straight, and we're at about
watch them
almost
now.
2 minutes.
They're gonna ice it, but they'll get the change. So good job by the Wolverines. You're able to keep them out there, get some good looks. That's where you get some goals, is when you got players chasing after you and making kind of those mental and physical mistakes. That's why Westwood's able to do so many of those during the third period. With their depth, teams are very tired come third period. Where Westwood's fresh because they roll their 3 lines.
That's the big thing about depth. When you have it, it really helps, especially in a sport like hockey where having that depth and having your lines fresh.
Huge.
You just
great
need
job.
A little bit more in the tank in some of these games.
Yeah.
And if you have that, that's all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
And we've seen it time and time again, where Westwood puts up a lot of goals in the third period because they just have that much more left in the tank.
We got an offside call here. I don't know if they're going to say it's deliberate. I think it's just going to be right at the face-off dot outside the Westwood bench. Looks like it is. It is. Westwood going to change out there. Forwards in D. We got the Hicks line out there. Looks like Gannon playing on defense right now. So Gannon with Levering. Gannon chips it to herself. Offsides again. That was close. We're going to get a face-off. 3 minutes, 38 seconds remaining here in the second period. Wolverines up 5-0. 3 goals scored here in the second. Hicks right back to the dot. Now they got Gannon back on forward. So interesting. Now they got Lewis, who set up on defense on the left side with Campbell. So I think it's more of just a face-off thing that they were doing. Lewis working it near side to Campbell. Gannon trying to work it up the half wall, but great job by Walpole keeping it in Westwood territory. Puck goes over the stick of Lewis, but ends up in the neutral zone. Walpole trying to chase after a loose puck. Campbell on the spot. Levering looking up ice. Able to connect with Hicks, who knocked it out of the Westwood zone. Campbell on the near side, battling up against 2 Walpole players. Puck ends up on the center of the ice and then knocked into the Westwood zone. Walpole going to change out. Levering. She goes near side. Beautiful pass to Gannon. Gannon able to go around the first defender, trying to beat the second, but puts on the brakes. And Walpole gets the possession. Walpole going high off glass. That gets out of the zone. Saying it's icing, and it is. That was surprising of an icing call because it was kind of a trickler. It wasn't a fast. It wasn't a fastball, which are the automatic icings. Sometimes the ref says no, you got to skate hard to get to that puck, and they called it. So face off on the far side. I think Wolverines looking on the right side for a second. Get the Sullivan line out there. Sullivan, clean win. It's back to Connolly. Shot goes wide right. Picked up by Kate Schneider. Kate Schneider sent it up. Number 11 for Walpole, Kaylee Walsh. Well defended there by Connolly. Connolly been on the money all game. Seen her playing defense and forward tonight. Ash gonna work it out herself. Finds Sullivan. Sullivan with a drop pass to Presley. Presley was looking to make a move, but a great stick there by, I believe, Dacey. But great passing by the Wolverines. Presley jumps on the loose puck. Chips it ahead. He's gonna chase after it. She beats Kelly. He's trying to center it to Sullivan. That puck deflected. Walpole able to clear it out. Mesticles chips it up to Sullivan. Sullivan was looking to work it inside. She took a bump there. Cox had the puck for a second, and now back on the stick of Marino. Marino with it. Minute 15 remaining here in the second period. Marino looking for the front of the net. That gets kicked aside. Hughes.
Now, mention it's good to see Marino back on the ice. I think this is her first shift since she got that.
Yep.
Got up slow. Good to see her back in at full strength.
Hughes sent it to the front, forces a Mackenzie save. The puck goes out. Tried to keep it in by Carolyn, but goes off the backhand. But able to go back, collect it, work it back up to the Westwood forwards. Hughes. And then chipped in by Cox. This has been a great line for the Wolverines, the Marino line. When you got the skills of Hughes, who's been getting some great looks. She's looking for the point, too, on some great shots. And then you got the tenacity of Cox, the high IQ of Marino, and you put that all together. What a line. And 30 seconds remaining here on the second period after that icing call. Wolverine's going to send out the Hicks line. Hicks on the draw, going up against Graceffa. Hicks with the clean win. Levering sends it back down low to Lewis. Loose puck in the corner. Hicks jumps on it. Gonna send it behind the net. Gannon jumps up to win the puck battle. Puck squirts up the far side. And a clean breakout by Walpole. Walpole looking to work it in. Dacey trying to work it in. She's got another player to her right. Shot saved by Lynn. And a loose puck as time is winding down. And Westwood able to keep that puck out of the net. As Walpole probably with their best opportunity of the game with 5 seconds there. Big save by Lynn, kept it out of the net. It keeps the goose egg on the board for the Wolverines defense.
A way to get out of this period unscathed too. Great save by Jen Lynn and just preventing it and going in with all the momentum if you're Westwood right now. You are in the driver's seat. And you have 15 minutes to drive to the next round of the MIAA playoffs.
Absolutely. Win the period, you win the game. So Wolverine's going to go into the second period intermission, have a conversation about what they like that period, any adjustments they want to make, and to come out ready for the third period. Stick around, folks. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Hockey, round of 32. Wolverines up 5-0 on the Walpole Timberwolves.
There's magic associated with high school sports that's hard to quantify. Legends are born.
And they put it in the back of the net.
Memories are made. And smiles come across our faces. These are the moments we talk about forever. They become part of our history. They define us. At Arch Orthodontics, we know how important it is to engage with our community, how critical it is to empower these defining moments. And in a sense, we define our community too. We build confidence. We make the smiles that light up the field, the rink, the gym, and the court. And we do it with a dedication to excellence, just like our athletes who inspire us every time they put on a Westwood uniform.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
All right, folks, back here for a little intermission talk. Evan, that was a much better period than the first period. We saw 3 goals from 3 different players. We also saw a penalty shot goal, so we'll run through it here real quick. It was Ash on the first goal of the period on a pass from Sullivan. Sullivan then scored on a pass from Ash. Third goal, penalty shot goal by Liz Levering, the 8th grader. Incredible.
What a great way to get your first playoff hockey goal if you're Liz Levering there. That's crazy. That was a unique situation, kind of rare, but the big thing for Westwood, that Sullivan to Ash connection is strong and it's showing right now. And you talked about it early on in the beginning of the game. Who are your playoff players? The players who shine best when the stage is getting bright. Sullivan, Ash, we're seeing them step up big time in this game, and Westwood has put out a commanding 5-0 lead here entering the third period. And like you said, you mentioned it earlier, some things to clean up going into from the first to the second period. Defense was the biggest thing we talked about. Right there, they did it. They stepped up big on defense. They really, tightened the ship. And then, hey, now we're up 5-0. We have a good command of this game. What can we do to keep in the driver's seat, keep our foot on the gas, and get to the next round? Westwood has all the momentum in the world. And if you're Walpole, I'm not quite sure, really truthfully, the adjustments that they need to make. They've had great looks. They just haven't fallen for them tonight. It's a bit of a luck thing. We've seen some great shots from Walpole, but, to a degree, this game can be a bit of luck as well, and I just don't think we've seen it from Walpole.
No, they're doing everything they can. They've had about 5-6 good looks in front of the net. Jen Lynn having a game, terrific game, and that is kind of backbreaking when you have those good looks and there's nothing to show for it. So I say Walpole, you got to crash the net. You got to get some numbers. You got to start taking some risks too. So I think you got to have defense pinch a little bit. You got to get on the board. So defense pinch a little bit. Defense jumping up in the play as well. So if you have like a 3-on-2 and you got a defense jumping up into the play, create that 4-on-2, and then what you do is the forwards are going down low and they're sucking the D kind of like deep into the zone, and then you have that trailer similar to the Sullivan goal on her first goal. That is kind of where you got to create some looks and opportunities for Walpole. But they've been a grinding team. They're just going out there playing, playing awesome. They're playing hard, and just giving terrific effort. But the Wolverines just the difference maker is stifling defense and some talented offense that, the more time goes on in a game, the more opportunities and more goals they're going to bury.
Yeah, Walpole, has kept them honest. They've kept them, the goals that Westwood have gotten, they weren't, ticky-tack goals where, who knows about that. They were honest, hard-earned goals. And, they've definitely made Westwood work for it, make no mistake. And this is still a fast-paced team. And, they can get a couple goals and bring this game pretty close here. There's still, they've kept their foot on the gas here. Yep. And it's, in the playoffs, anything can happen. Yep. And we've seen it before. So, there's still, as much as the score might suggest that they're out of it, right now, I don't think they are out of it at all.
They got to play like they're not. Westwood's got to play like it's a 1-goal game, and I want to see them close it out. I want to see them get the shutout. Jen has played terrific, so go out there, block some shots, preserve that shutout, and do the right things. Get some clean breakouts. Put some pucks on net, get some shots, get some rebounds, get some good looks, and close this out. You have 15 minutes. I want to see some more cycling too. Where you're just maintaining possession in the offensive zone, getting some more possession time, and close out the game is the most important thing, where don't allow that team to get back in it. Don't allow them to have any sort of momentum, and you walk away with winning that third period. You're going to win this game, but to be able to have, this is all mental toughness, is to not take off the third period because you're up 5-0.
Yep.
You got to set the tone of, no, if I even give 1 inch, then that's going to set the precedent for any other game I play in the future. So that's why you have to be disciplined, is the word, where you're setting a good example for how you play any game, regardless of where it is, who you're playing, any of that, but even more so when it's the playoffs. So that is going to do it for the intermission conversation. We'll be back in a few minutes for the kickoff of the third period. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of your Westwood Girls Hockey round of 32.
There's magic associated with high school sports that's hard to quantify. Legends are born.
And they put it in the back of the net.
Memories are made. And smiles come across our faces. These are the moments we talk about forever. They become part of our history. They define us. At Arch Orthodontics, we know how important it is to engage with our community, how critical it is to empower these defining moments. And in a sense, we define our community too. We build confidence. We make the smiles that light up the field, the rink, the gym, and the court. And we do it with a dedication to excellence, just like our athletes who inspire us every time they put on a Westwood uniform.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Both teams hitting the ice here for the start of the third period. Westwood up 5-0, scored 2 goals in the first period. Sullivan with the first one, assisted by Presley. Second goal was Lewis in the vulnerable minute, assisted by Gannon. 3 goals in the second period. Maggie Ash, Sullivan on the assist. Then Kate Sullivan with Ash on the assist. And Liz Levering, penalty shot goal. What a memorable first playoff goal for Liz Levering. Both teams going to have a few words before they drop the puck here. It also allows for ice to freeze up a little bit. We've seen that throughout the season. Is ice still somewhat wet where, you see pucks kind of stopping or, sliding that aren't normal to when the ice is, a nice clear sheet. But we're seeing a pretty packed crowd over in the Westwood section. See a bunch of families, students, also see some of the boys. The boys here playing right after at 7:30 against King Philip.
Another rematch.
Yes.
And that'll be a good one.
Both games today are rematches from non-league games this year. The girls playing on December 23rd, and then the boys in the Hockey Fights Cancer Night versus King Philip. We're gonna get a redo here on the draw. I think they're gonna kick one of the players out of the face-off. The center might have to be replaced. Yep, they're gonna kick Walpole's center out. Walpole's gonna have a new player to take the face-off. In to take the face-off, Caroline Sullivan. If you're a little early for the draw, they typically will kick you out where they'll redo it and put someone else in there to take the face-off. So sometimes they give warnings, sometimes they just kick you out. They kicked Walpole player out there to redo with a new center. Levering on the breakout, sends it far side. Ash, she's got some speed, taking it to the net, but knocked away by Burke. Puck ends up on the point, sent in by Fallon. Ash able to chase after it. Ash over to Sullivan. Sullivan with a quick chip up top. Campbell, shot on net, saved by Mackenzie. That puck made it all the way to the net. Great look there by Wolverine defender who's played her best game tonight on defense I've seen all year.
Yeah.
It's Campbell. We interviewed her after the Hopkinton game where played probably the most dangerous forward in the TVL, McPherson, terrific player. And they took a lot of pride in going after playing against the best. And this, seeing what she's done tonight, this is what a game she's played. So a quick win, quick shot. We're gonna get a quick face-off again. Livy Hicks, so good on the dot, winning clean draws. Walpole able to knock that by, looked like Chevry. It goes all the way down. Surprisingly, no icing. They're going to say it caught a piece of Chevry. But some beautiful skating there by Connolly. Connolly works it all the way out of the Westwood zone into the neutral zone with a nice pass to Gannon. Gannon battling on the far side, forces Walpole to try and rim it up the side of the boards. A couple Westwood players keeping that in. Lewis, Hicks, right up, picking right up where they left off. Love the start so far for the Wolverines. Hicks on the stick lift, but picked up by number 20, Kelly. And I think we're going to get a hooking call on Walpole. Walpole had the possession, so it is. It's going to be a penalty on Walpole. It's going to be on number 11, Kaylee Walsh. Let's say 2 minutes for hooking. The Walpole coach does not like it. So I think he's going to, it's going to be on Westwood. So he made a mistake. I'm going to say it's on Westwood. It didn't make sense. I mean, they have the puck usually, and it's going to be on Hicks. So Hicks with the hook. That doesn't happen often where you see the ref usually when they make a mistake, they just go all in on it, but admitted to it. Someone yelled wrong way, and it does make sense. Walpole had the possession. Westwood was chasing there, and Westwood's going to have their first penalty kill. Walpole have their first power play of the game. Puck won by Walpole. Shot on net goes wide left. Jumped on that puck. I think it was Connolly, able to clear it. Great job by Connolly. Jumped on that loose puck to clear it out of the Westwood zone. Sullivan. Westwood with their penalty killers. They could score goals. I mean, when you got Presley on the ice, Sullivan on the ice, those two can go 2 against 5. Sullivan comes away with the puck. Great job possessing it. Loose puck. Presley looking to shoot. Oh, goes off the side of the net. And then forces Walpole to throw it up ice, and Ash able to jump on it. She shoots it towards the net. Gets blocked by Walpole player. And then Westwood forces another loose puck. Ash comes away with it. We get a whistle. I don't know what the whistle's for. I'm going to say her chin strap.
Yeah, there was some. I saw Kate Sullivan pick up a piece of. It looked like maybe a chin strap, maybe some cloth. I don't know. But there was a little bit of debris on the.
They're big on like the
ice
equipment stuff, so you got to have the chin strap like totally buckled.
Yeah.
I think you got to have a mouth guard in too.
It did. It kind of looked almost like a piece of. I'm not familiar with hockey gear, so for the audience listening, please forgive me.
It'd be a neck guard. So
yeah, it could be. Yeah.
I'm looking at Kate Sullivan. She's putting a neck guard on right now. So neck guards, I don't know if they're mandatory, but I know like USA Hockey, for example, that's like, the national brand of like town hockey.
Yeah.
Have to wear a neck guard. There was that horrific tragedy a couple years ago where a player overseas took a skate to the neck and passed away. And since then they've tried to be able to help avoid that ever happening again. So that might be the case, is the neck guard. Walpole on the power play, looking on a centering attempt. Levering able to get a stick on that. Oh, she took the puck, went off her on a shot. Lewis comes away with it. She's going to ice it down. Gannon going to chase after it. Westwood doesn't just ice it. They look to get on the forecheck when they're on the penalty kill. They got that kind of offensive talent to do it. Lewis, again, comes away with it. Trying to work it inside. She hits the ice. No call. Walpole looking to break it out. Puck deflected. Ends up on the stick of Dacey. Dacey trying to get by Lewis, but to no avail. Lewis doing a terrific job. She's playing a heck of a game in her first playoff game. She's got a goal. She had a big goal to close out the first period. Sullivan making a couple nice moves. Works it inside, able to keep it on her stick. Chips it under the bar for the goal! Goes bar down for the Wolverines. A short-handed goal by Sullivan to put them up 6-0. What a highlight reel goal.
And this says a lot about the Westwood as a team. They're down a player and they're scoring. Yeah. That's the kind of penalty kill that this team has in the playoffs, and that's big for Westwood looking to make a run here.
We said that. I go, when you got Sullivan and you got Presley out there, they can go 2-on-5. Sullivan went through 3 defenders there And then I thought it was going to be tough to keep it on her stick because the other girl did have some leverage to, bump her off the puck a little bit. No, so strong, able to stay on that puck. And then what a move, just chips it over the goalie's shoulder for the goal. And her hat trick for Kate Sullivan. Unassisted for Sullivan. What a game for the captain. 37 goals in the year.
That's a crazy number. And that what leadership. We know Kate Sullivan. We've had her on the podcast. We know what kind of leader she is. But way to set the tone for your team in round 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Come in and get the hat trick, and you have a 6-0 lead here in the game, and set the tone early and say, this is how we got to play. That's playoff hockey, and that's leadership. And what a game Kate Sullivan has had.
Start to finish. Tone setter all year long. They got a bunch of young kids on that team, and they immediately made them feel welcome. They helped build them up. They helped get them ready for varsity high school hockey. They haven't looked back since. Westwood doing a good job maintaining the possession. Cox, some great moves to protect the puck and to keep the possession. Marino able to get a backhand shot, turned away by Mackenzie. And the cycling, right back to work. Hughes, she takes a trip, and Westwood going to go on the power play with 10 minutes, 12 seconds remaining here in the third. So we've said that too, Evan, is when you're getting some effective puck movement like that, you're going to do two things. You're going to draw a penalty because you got the other team chasing, or you're going to find open players that are going to put the puck in the back of the net. But Westwood earning the power play there by some effective puck movement. It forces, Walpole to get a stick in the legs, which caused a power play opportunity here. Sullivan line out there, levering Campbell on defense. Campbell right back down. The Wolverines. It looks like Maeve Hennessy. So Maeve Hennessy on the power play with Presley. Maeve Hennessy in front of the net. She's got Presley working it around.
We saw Pat earlier this day. He came in the ice house wearing shorts.
With his brother Mike. We see a Maeve Hennessy goal here. The roof is going to come off. Shot on net. Loose. And we get a whistle. Great to see Maeve Hennessy out there on the power play. She is a well-respected member of the team. Junior for the Wolverines, just got her license the other day. So she drove her way here. Nothing like driving yourself to your playoff game. Westwood gonna send the second unit right back out there. See Hicks on the draw. You got Hobson on the right side, Gannon on the left, Chevry with Connolly. Loose puck on the far side. Connolly chasing it down. Good stick to keep it outside. Linden with a nice save. Those are still effective. Connolly able to keep the puck outside where kind of an easy save for Jen Linden to make when, it's from a difficult angle. Puck on the near side. Gannon going to work it back. So they don't have the penalty time on the scoreboard.
There's about 20-ish seconds left. It was 10:02 at the time of the penalty, so you're going to see 15 for Walpole. Josie Spear come back on the ice here pretty quickly.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's icing, but allowed because Wolverine's still on the power play. Set up on the near side, kept in by Walpole. Hicks able to get a skate in front of that, and she works it out of the Westwood zone. We are all even now. On the ice, back on the ice for Walpole, number 15, Josie Spear. Connolly, the shot, and she scores!
What a goal!
Went through, I think, 2 sets of legs. I think it went through the defender's legs, then the goalie's legs.
It did.
Well-deserved goal for Connolly. She has been all over the ice tonight as a forward, as a defenseman. And then she gets a big goal for the Wolverine.
That was an absolute rocket by Connolly. You said it, right through 2 players' legs.
Yeah.
The goalie just didn't have, just a little bit late on that shot, but what a goal for Connolly.
I like that when you are shooting through legs, that's a screen. Very hard for goalies to pick it up. If it's a hard shot, well positioned, they're not going to see that, and if they do, it's too late. Marino battling in the far corner. She's going 1 against 3. Shot by Walpole, turned away by Lynn.
And I will point out, Morgan, that we do have a running clock.
Schultz with the assist. That's a big assist for Schultz. Caroline Schultz, congratulations. First assist in the playoffs. It may be her career. What comes from a hockey family. Her mom, Evan, Jen Ryan, is part of the first ever Westwood Girls Hockey team at Westwood High School.
Hockey's a family affair here in Westwood.
It
We
is.
see so many families that are connected, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles. Bridget Lewis, to name an example, who we mentioned before. We've spoken to Tim Lewis.
She's got proud grandparents. I see Bill Ryan here in attendance. Grandmother Maria Ryan, an amazing lady here in the town of Westwood. She's been part of the library board. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but
Board of Library Trustees.
Board of Library Trustees.
I was gonna say, that name sounded familiar, right?
Yeah.
I know we offer the Westwood Media Center. We offer all the candidates to
Yes, she's come in
and speak
and said her message. Westwood able to clear that. Sullivan looking for her 4th goal of the game. She flips it on net. You gotta love that by Sullivan. That just shows the win means more to her than points. You know, just putting it in deep, trying to kill clock. What an amazing example. I was watching the Ashland game, and there was like 3 or 4 times she could have added to her goal total in that game, and she just dumped it in, got off the ice. She just cares about wins.
Yeah.
She wants to win a state championship.
I mean, that stat is one of the most important stats.
Oh, a good look there. That was to Maeve Curtin. Maeve Curtin, a Westwood Media Center intern, and helps out with the games.
Yep. As well as Elliot Pichardo,
Yes,
who's doing
Elliot
camera today.
Pichardo is on camera doing a terrific job.
And we have a group of amazing students who
Big
come
time.
into the games and help us. It's more than just Elliot and Maeve.
Yes.
Evan Brewster, Reed Boger, whose sister Elise is on the girls basketball team. We'll be covering soon.
And you know who Reed's aunt is?
Lauren Hilberg.
Lauren Hilberg.
Coach Hilberg, who we've seen at some of the games and said hello to. So, you know, we have a great group of students who help us out. And
Isaac Shaman. Walpole looking to center it. Lynn able to get a glove on it, gets a whistle.
But no, it's great to have the students here to learn and get the experience. And you know, it's for those students who want to pursue that for a career, it's definitely a great way to get some experience early. It's something I didn't have in high school, and I know if I did, I would have been all over it.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it's great to have them, and they make my job easier, and I'm grateful for that.
And whether you want to be behind the camera, in front of the camera, you know, you can do whatever you are, you know, want in terms of what you want to learn, what you want to do with your career after high school. We had Brian Gagliard from Norwood, who did play-by-play with us for the Norwood Westwood basketball game.
That was a fun day of broadcasting. And we had Elliot and May for that as well. You know, that was a fun day just to get the students involved from both Westwood and Norwood on a broadcast by Norwood Community and Westwood Media Center, and that's really what it's all about. You know, helping the community learn and connecting the community. And what a game that was!
Oh, big save by Lynn, pad save. Puck takes a big rebound, ends up on the stick of Lewis. One thing I haven't mentioned all game, Evan, is love the green skate laces for the Wolverines. Very fancy out there, you know, flashy. The old saying, you look good, feel good, you play good.
Yep. And Westwood certainly has played great today. They've come out on fire, ready to go for the playoffs. It's been a little bit since their last game. Their last game was against Braintree, I believe, last Friday. Don't hold me to that. But, you know, it's been a little bit since they've had a game, and, you know, showing no signs of rust right now.
No.
And
Caroline Schultz, Maeve Hennessy playing with Kate Sullivan right now. Sullivan on the entry, gets it in. She's got Schultz trailing. They're going to change out the forwards as Sullivan gets a shot on net. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in the game. Wolverines up 7-0.
And, you know, looking a bit ahead, I don't know the game time for the next game as we don't have that information. I can make good guesses based on the Canton Ice House schedules, and I would imagine Saturday, Westwood will be playing the winner of Leominster versus Scituate.
Correct. 16-17 game.
Which should be a good game. That's happening. That game starts actually started about 7 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Started at 6:30 tonight, so we will know the score, and once we know that, I'm sure we'll put out a
We're going to begin our prep.
I'm sure you'll make another meme of us in the WWE.
Oh, absolutely. I just got to figure out, do I go 80s wrestling, do I go 90s, or 2000s?
I liked your Belichick one with the Stone Cold.
You like that? Yeah.
The Stone Cold Steve Austin
Bill
theme
Siebert,
song.
I showed it to him earlier. He was loving it. Good sport. We're all having fun. It's not just playoff game for the girl. We're all in this together.
Yep.
We're all one Westwood team, rooting on this town, rooting on these girls and what they're doing. We're all so proud of, the season and the efforts and everything they've done this season. And, not done yet.
Nope.
Big win today. We'll move them on to the round of 16. And as you mentioned, Evan, they'll be playing here at home Saturday. We'll figure out the time. But it's going to be against either Leominster or Scituate.
And to give credit to Walpole, they are still fighting here.
They are.
With 55 seconds left in this game. Give them all the credit. They gave Westwood a big effort today, and they really, they're not giving up. They're not giving up easy, and they made Westwood earn this win. And every goal they got today, every advantage they got, every power play, it was earned by Westwood.
Yeah.
Walpole didn't give it to them, and great opponent, and they have a bright future ahead. I look at their roster, and I only see a couple seniors. I count 1, 2, 3 seniors. So this is a team that's looking to build for the future. A lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores. So they can take this as a learning experience.
Absolutely.
And how do we come back next season better?
Yep.
And
Westwood last year, second round exit, lost to Canton.
and that was a young team. We talk about how young of a team they are right now, but
And Westwood gets a 7-0 shutout win over the Walpole Timberwolves. They're all congratulating Jen Lynn with the playoff shutout. We'll hear what Bill Siebert has to say, if he has the time.
A game that begins in about 20 minutes out of Leominster. So the winner of that game will face the Wolverines over the weekend. Time will be determined.
Time will be determined.
Leominster or Scituate over the weekend.
Evan, what a great adjustment by the Wolverines. Started off a little rusty, but explosive since then. They got the Sullivan goal early to get on the board. Huge goal by Lewis to score with the clock winding down in the first period. Then Ash, Sullivan, Lewis, Sullivan, and then Connolly for 7 goals. What a impressive win for the Wolverines.
I mean, that's exactly the type of game you need if you're the Westwood Wolverines. Way to come out here and establish yourself as one of the top teams in the MIA tournament. It's going to be fun to watch them go through the tournament here. And, looking forward to it. But that is how you set the tone early in these playoffs. That is how you establish how you're going to play. This is a great way to set the tone early in the playoffs for the Westwood Girls Hockey team.
And the goal is you want to get better and better each game. And Westwood will. So now they've gotten that rust off them. They're going to be back to practice. There's nothing better, Evan, than a practice after a playoff win, because you leave the last practice before that game knowing, or saying to yourself, is this the last time I'm going to practice? Is this my last practice? Is this my last game?
Yep.
So, when you have another practice, you're like thinking, I'm on borrowed time right now. This is a second lease. So they are going to be dialed in for those practices, working on all the small things, penalty kill, power play, 5-on-4, even strength, everything. So that's going to do it here from the Ice House. Big win for the Wolverines, 7-0 over the Walpole Timberwolves, the round of 32. Shout out to Elliot Pichardo. Thank you for, as always, on camera. Evan, shout out. Thank you, as always, on the mic. And we will see you folks in the round of 16, where Westwood will take on the winner of either Leominster or Scituate.